Black on black, my whip and tint my window. Smoke my weed, this shit could be so simple. You know me, I'm still gon' run my wiggle. I've been by my dough since I was little. I bet.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Dixon, your favorite journalist, keeping you abreast of what's going on in the West. And I'm here with a special guest, Mr. Jayson Cash.
Damn, she rhymed better than me in this motherfucker. Keep you abreast what's going on with the West.
I bet.
You can have it your way. Anything you want, babe. Take my heart, I won't play. Girl, it's yours. Yeah, it's yours for the taking. So whenever you ready, just say it. Hey, I know you said it before I was playing, but I'm all grown up now. I know just what I want now. I ain't tryna front now. I know I can't make you forget the past, but I'm trying to correct my ways. See, I know I was looking bad and I can't do that. I promise if I was given a chance to really just be the man that I should've just been at first, and I'm gon' do that. Hey, the cool points is out the window. I'm twisted up in the game. I'm done with the headache shit. I'd rather give you my name. I know that your mama told you niggas is all the same, but now is the time where I show you how much I ain't. The cool points is out the window. I'm twisted in the game. I'm done with the headache shit. I'd rather give you my name. I know that your mama told you niggas is all the same, but now is the time that I show you how much I ain't. Have it your way. Anything you want, babe. Take my heart, I won't play. Girl, it's yours.
Yes, I like you singing. I like it. What you trying to do, girl?
Man, I just be, but it's just like I just need 2 more songs, and I'm like, just getting frustrated, just trying to having so many records and be like, all right, the reason why there was no deluxe for Read the Room is like, well, Read the Room, I said what I had to say. So now after the fact, when people are like, oh, where's the deluxe? And I'm like, you're trying to add on to a thought that's already been completed. It's like, you don't want to fuck up something,
right.
You know? All Right Bet was originally supposed to be a 7-track EP. It was supposed to be the start of a series of, I'm talking too much.
No, it's recorded.
Oh, yeah, it was supposed to be the start of, I was supposed to drop this 7-track EP, then drop another one, like all back to back. So on the second one, the one I was supposed to come with after All Right Bet, there was some issues, you know what I'm saying? And that's what was like, all right, well, fuck it. Let me extend this out past 7 songs. So I'm just going through shit.
Well, what you put out already is nice, but those 2, if you added them on, like you said, maybe 2 more to get 4, that would really complete the whole body.
Right. Because I want to do bangers. I don't want to do like just content. Like I came across, I was going through the hard driver songs, and this was like some shit that I had came across, but I'm like, man, this will probably be like my process. I'll make some shit, be like, okay, this Instagram content, like I can shoot a visual for it, and then be on some Instagram shit, or okay, this song is gonna come out, or this song is,
it's a record,
right? But I feel like playing this right now will make a lot of sense with the type of conversation we probably about to have, because it gives a little backstory about how I be feeling.
Fell in love when I was young and my feelings are still intact. The first cassette that I ever bought, it was Mason Total. I bought that shit on Victoria right across the college. That's where my grandparents were staying in Dominguez Hills. When I slide down Avalon, that shit still give me chills. I never bought no music out of Magic Disc, except the Kendrick Lamar OD, I still got this shit. I remember he was previewing them songs with Cole, and all I wanted was one day to do a song with Soul. 10 years later, I got a song with Soul. Shout out to Dave, he used to let me come out at shows. Shout out to Top, I remember when I was walking home, ran into him in the parking lot and told him my grandma gone and we was finna lose the crib. He asked me where I live, told me he gonna send somebody. The nigga really did. I brought it up to him recently, he forgot the shit. It wasn't much to him, but that showed me I could get out this bitch. With a rap song, that's an easy lick. My vision terrible, thank the Lord I can see this shit. My vision perfect, I don't even know why I said it. The star was born June 3rd, 11/11.
June 3rd, I was born 11/11 on the dot.
That's right. It was meant to be.
Yeah,
And you know what I love? Because I love how you always tell your story. Like off top, All Right Bet, even the first track on Read the Room, then this, like, and it's crazy.
On Read the Room too, like that's one of them ones like I really get into the whole little shit. Starting off in the church and stealing out my mama purse and working at Enterprise selling gas. I went from there to delivering for Amazon.
But your last job, it was Starbucks, right? No, it was TSA.
Yeah, my first job was Starbucks, and my last job was TSA.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I liked that honestly, that track literally told everything from Top, Absol, Kendrick Lamar, just like being in the city and all these, you know, instances that you had. Do you realize how much you've manifested your life just by like living in these interactions and then seeing them come to pass now?
Yeah, it's scary.
It's scary. What are you manifesting now? If you feel like sharing.
Ownership.
Okay. Of your music and everything?
Property, all type of shit, man. I had a thought maybe like a couple weeks ago. I was like, man, if I die today, I don't have nothing to give my daughter because I don't own shit. And that's what's like, this time around, it ain't about no chain, no watch, no clothes, no shoes. It's like, man, I need to own something. I gotta do this shit to have something for all the nights that I can't be there with her, and all the nights that the things that I miss just being in the studio grinding and working. It's like I owe it to myself and to my kid to make good on those sacrifices. Because what I really realize is my sacrifices, everybody else close to me sacrifice as well.
That was actually one of my questions too. You know, how's Carter? I love to hear her on the album. She doing good?
Yeah, she good. It's funny, man. I had this. I played the shit when I played the project for. I want to say Head was here. A couple of homies was here. G Perico was in this motherfucking. He heard my daughter on the intro. And he just like mocked what she said, just laughing. And I was talking to G maybe like a week or so ago, and Carter was tripping. Like he could hear like tripping. And he on the other end, he a girl dad too, and we was just chopping it. But it's like, it's tight that I have my kid around me so much or so involved that like the homies know, like they'll hear her, like she been on the phone and said, produced by T-Reg.
Oh, I love that.
Or like if you listen to the Eastie Boys, like if you listen to the song All Summer, like that's her as their beat tag saying Eastie Boys.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah,
oh
that's
my
Carter.
gosh, I'm mad I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. But I love that you've always had, when she was born, you made
she was
sure
in All I Know video.
Yeah, you made sure to include her.
Yeah.
Even what's that freestyle that you did and she's dapping you up?
Yeah.
I was like, that's right. Girl dad.
Yeah.
Okay, so we also gotta ask you what kind of cologne you got on today, because you was smelling good,
It's two of them mixed.
Oh, okay.
It's two of them mixed.
You mixing it up. You don't want to give it away.
Nah, I got one of them is Creed, but it's mixed with something else to set him up.
Okay, you ain't gotta give all your sauce.
I can't give him that.
I just be asking because I be
formula
listening. You say you be smelling good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it come from being a kid and playing outside and coming to the house and your mama be like, you smell like outside.
Oh.
But like that's my favorite thing. Like you be out and about, or even somebody hug you or shake your hand and be like, you smell good, and they step back and be like, oh damn, you dress nice too. Like those are like my favorite compliments. So
where did your sense of style come from?
Shit, from being broke, coming up, wearing hand-me-downs and shit like that, and being like looking at the kids that were spoiled, be like, damn, I wish my mom could give me this and that. So you learn to mix the with the and
make it work.
Make it presentable. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is, man. Like sometimes the clothes don't have to be super expensive. You just, knowing how to put them together and knowing how to dress to your body type too. You know what I mean? Like that's a big thing, because a lot of people can put on, me and one of the homies can put on the same clothes and it might not look the same on them as it would on me. But it's just being, just being mindful of those things.
Right, paying attention to what's going on.
Like I'm gonna fuck with this shit because I like how I look, not because of what the brand is or how much it costs. Like, and that's, that'd be the thing.
Right, and dressing for yourself, not other people. Not trying to play a part. You are always you, whether it's on a track, whether it's outside. Like, you're very original.
Thank you.
But also, I feel like trustworthy and transparent. How would you describe Jayson Cash in 3 words?
3 words. I would say human. Sure, like fuck up, be on point, like human, like it's human error for sure. I would say resourceful, because I know how to tap in for what I need, and I know how to be use what I have to as a resource to others to, you know, in turn, like, you know,
Get shit
call on
done.
those things as opposed to just bleeding your pocket what you need. Like, I'm very resourceful. Like you come up on like shit. We got food at home. We got, you know, my mom was in school a lot when I was coming up, so we was making meals out of biscuits and hot dogs and sausages and shit like that. Like, you learn how to be resourceful. And I say the third thing I would say, like, mindful. Like, Major just walking, he know I'm Mr. All Things Considered.
You read the room. That's what you do. You got to be mindful to be able to read the room correctly.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things I would say, like, you know, too, like, resilient. I would throw that in too. Resilient, man. Like, I've been through so much, I've seen so much, and I've adapted to so much, you know. But even, man, I've had so many doors closed in my face, and when them doors closed, I just went through the back door, or the back door was locked, I came down the chimney, or, you know what I'm saying, like, I just did whatever I could, like, literally resilient. But that's like a testament just to my grandfather, like how he raised us. Like, we were that's in our blood, for real. So it's not even just me, like my brothers, like my cousins, my mom, like, you know, we went through a lot, you know, so for sure.
Okay. And let's backtrack with that too, because I think it's really important. Like, let's talk about your overall, like, how you got to where you are now at All Right Back. So like you said, you started in the church.
Yeah.
Your grandfather was a bishop, and we called him Bishop.
Yeah, I called him Bishop more than I called him Grandpa.
Right. And so tell us, just for people who don't know, how Jayson Cash got to where he is now.
Shit, really just, man, music. Like I said, I grew up in the church, so it was like natural. Like, my dad plays the guitar, the bass. When you grow up in the church, like, they force you to be, you're gonna be in the junior choir, you're gonna be a junior deacon, you're gonna be a junior usher, you're gonna be a junior everything. Like, you just gonna be junior around that much. Like, so that, then you, like, I hear like Grants or like Mars said it a lot, like, the church is your first stage, because you're gonna be in them programs, or you might be on a program having to do a welcome. You're in front of the whole church. I welcome you once, I welcome you twice, I welcome you 3 times in the name of Jesus Christ. You doing all that stuff in front of people, so you get your confidence, you get your nerves out, you know. So that's like where the music started. But just being in a house where my dad was playing the Ohio Players, and he was playing, like, my favorite singer is Bobby Womack. Like, hearing Bilal in the house, or I grew up in a Prince house, because Prince's first album, it was Prince over Michael Jackson, because Prince's first album, everything on that album is Prince. Every instrument you hear, every lyric, every background vocal, every hi-hat, snare, Prince did everything completely on that first album, you know. So I grew up in a house where, like, that was taught. Like, my older brother, Hammy, he was the piano player. So being in the church, being watched at the church, like, you learn to play on the keys, and you learn to play the drums, and, you know what I mean, you do all that type of shit. So that music, that background is already there. Then being in elementary school, the girl I like, she liked Lil Bow Wow. So I was like, shit, if I could be a kid rapper like Bow Wow, like, she'd like me.
Together.
Yeah. So I started trying to rap because of Bow Wow. You know, I couldn't sing, so it was like, you know, like I said, they put you in the junior choir, but you learn early who can sing, like, who got like the natural voice, you know. So, like, that's really how it started. And then I learned that it was easier for me to express myself rapping than it was talking at that time, you know. Like, I'm the second of 5 boys, so, like, younger. My older brother is 2 years older than me, and my brother right under me is 4 years younger than me. So, like, being the middle child for a little bit, or feeling, you know, that lack of attention and all that type of shit, is like, you know, at school, they know me, I'm being funny. I'm in elementary school. There's a rapper.
In elementary school?
Yeah, there's a rapper, he's from Inglewood. His name is Scrams. Rest in peace, Chris King. Like, they were, like, really, really, really close. But Scrams, when we was in elementary school, he was D Money, I was J Money. It was another nigga that was T Money, and we was kids rapping like at school. So like, it's just, I don't know, it's just always been that, and I never seen myself doing anything else. Like as a kid, I knew it wasn't just my dream to just be a rapper. It was my dream to sign a record deal. Like I knew I was gonna do that, you know. And it's crazy, like just to live it and see, like, damn, everything that you wanted to do, like you can do. And like again, going back to that shit's scary, because like a lot of things that I've said in raps, or a lot of things that I've said, like have come to fruition. So I'm learning right now, like, to really be mindful of not only what I say, but like where I put the energy behind what I say too, or how I put the energy behind what I say too, because this shit real, you know. But I literally just got to where I'm at by just doing everything to do this. Like every job I worked was rapping in mind. Like when I was working in TSA, like we was piecing up on studio time. It was like me, the homie Trey, the homie Drew, like we took out loans to pay for projects and different things like that. Like we was just, you know, it was all about this shit.
You knew what you wanted to do. You were determined.
I dropped freestyle when I got shot. I was in the little rehab center still. Like I dropped freestyles from the hospital bed. Like, you know, this is all I ever seen myself doing. And that's what's hard. That's the bittersweet thing, because it's like, you know, comparison is the thief of joy. So it's like you could look at where you at and even compare it to where you want to be and be like, damn, I'm not there yet. And be like, well, damn, like when does it turn to that? Because you start looking like, well, damn, like
I've been doing everything
I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
I've never done anything else. Like, I'm not good at a bunch of shit. I'm not good at video games. I'm not good at, I was never great at sports. Like, I do this shit. Good.
And you do it well.
And that's what's funny. What fuck you up though is like doing it good and be like, damn, sometimes being good don't matter. Like it take more than just being good or even being great. Like sometimes it's timing, sometimes it's just a whole bunch of different shit. So again, I go back to being resilient, to thug through those times, to still show up and put your best effort for it, even when you feel like nobody looking, because somebody always looking.
Somebody's always looking.
Always.
And I think it sounds like over your projects between Read the Room and All Right Bet, that you have understood that like timing really is one of the biggest factors, and you're okay with that.
But some more of it, I turned that shit in like maybe like a month or two after Read the Room, and it didn't come out till a year later. So by the time some more of it is coming out, like I'm off that.
Yeah.
Like it's not even the songs on it like that I would have still presented. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. But you have to learn, and like, you know, that's a part of that shit. Like that's a part of the process. And also you learn, you know, things that's to take shit into your own hands. Like, you know, that's what All Right Bet is, me taking shit into my own hands.
Read the Room was on Atlantic. Some more of it was on Atlantic too. This one is with you and the Eastie Boys. So do we still have a situation with Atlantic?
I'm still signed to Atlantic.
Okay.
But this was something that I wasn't waiting on nobody to do.
Right. And was that
I
also
looked at 2 years? It had been 2 years since Read the Room dropped. I wasn't about to let it be 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or whatever. It's like, it's not fair to myself.
Right.
I gotta shoot my shot. Bust your gun. You can't hit shit if you don't bust your gun. Well, that's what I'm on right now. I'm shooting my gun. I gotta hit some shit.
right.
Like I can't hit nothing if I ain't shooting this motherfucker.
But I do also want to give you credit, because even though it's been 2 years, there hasn't been a lapse, because you've been on the features, you gave us a 3-pack, and then okay, now we have All Right
Yeah,
Bet.
but it's like one of them things, like when you know you got it, it's like, you remember being in school and like you don't get to wear your new shoes to school, and you might have told your friends like, man, I got the new Jordans, and they don't believe you because you can't wear them to school, but you know you got them
like,
at home.
I really got them.
That's how I feel like when I be hearing people talk about like, man, where the music at or where this is going. It's like, I know I have it. So it's like the features and doing freestyle and all that shit, it don't like satisfy me, because it's like I got this at home. I want y'all to see my new shoes.
Right.
Like, you know, before my new shoes ain't new no more, and I don't like
To
them.
you, though.
Right. You feel me? But I'm human.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's backtrack a little bit. So talk about going into your resiliency too. before you got your deal with Atlantic, like how was that process and how did you bounce back from that and find that door with Atlantic?
Humbling. So I got shot December of 2017. I dropped a project called Affiliated February of 2018. They told me that I didn't get the deal because I needed help. Like I didn't have hooks. They was like, man, I couldn't write hooks. They was like, he's a good rapper, but he didn't have hooks, which is funny now because if you listen to my music, it's like you hear a hook, like, you know, I write hooks just as good as I write raps, but that came from Major, like, hey, yo, look, if you help me with storytelling, I'll help you with hooks. So then we just started being in the studio. I ended up catching my first placement, which was a Ro James and Brandy record, which is ironic. Brandy on the record with her being from Carson. And then it just went from there, like being in these writing camps for the Fast and Furious, and I got a Jack Harlow placement on the Scooby-Doo soundtrack, just doing that and just writing, and that kept me in the rooms. So like even with this shit, like I got in these rooms, like being a writer, and I never intended to be a writer, so I just was in the room writing, and shit eventually caught up and I signed the record deal. But that process was just like, fuck, I didn't know what to do. So
there was that moment where you had to pivot.
Yeah.
And maybe it's something that you didn't want to do, but you did it well. Like you humbled yourself to realize, like, okay, this is what I want, and this is what I have to do to get it. And you were determined, and you went for it, and it ended up working out.
See, I do it now.
Right.
You know, like I still don't aspire to be a songwriter. I got a session songwriting for somebody tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, even while I'm working on it keep you in the room and it just keep you working. Right. So it's like, I'm not going to be like, hey, look, I'm not going to do that because I'm a rapper and I want niggas to know I'm a rapper. It's like, no, like, I'm going to go do that too.
Right. But I think the reason why I touch on this, because I think that's important for people to know, or upcoming artists or aspiring artists to know, that it may not work out in the way that you intended, but like you said, you still went through the chimney, you going through the window, you still figuring out a way. But in that, you're also gaining really great relationships by being in the room that could eventually turn into something else, which it seems like, well, we're kind of jumping all over the place, but like with the Mozzie record, that's because, you know, you collaborated on something like that before. You've been in the Eric Bellinger writing camps and everything like that. So it always comes back around, but it's realizing that there's still opportunity if you can still see the goalpost. For sure. And that really goes back to your resiliency. You really have a story to tell. I appreciate that. And in front of it and back of it, you still that guy.
Thank you.
But even with that being in the front and in the back, what I really love is that you pay so much homage. You give people their credit. You, like, whether it's like a song, whether it's a video clip, a shout out, whatever, you let people get their flowers while they still here.
It's easy to tell a story and rewrite history and take a name out, or, you know, alter it to make it sound like, I don't know, to position myself to be like above, you know, like I could have just told you, hey, I went to the studio at AD, I played this shit and it was hard and that's how, but like, nah, like Meech ran that play for me, or, you know, like me doing a Ro James session, Major called me to come through, and I like to give people their credit because, you know, I know how I feel. When somebody give me mine, it's like it's a good feeling. Like I was telling Sham, like, man, they did the Met Gala. You said, fuck it, like we're gonna do the Set Gala. All of us that might not ever get invited to this shit, you can go to the Set Gala. It's like, I think that's remarkable. You know, like I think he should be celebrated for that. I feel like he should be encouraged for that, because, you know, niggas got real life shit going on. It's like that encouragement might be the little shit to keep Sham going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if it's on my heart, when I see you, I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like I just went. I didn't perform right, but I pulled up.
Right, you really did.
You know, like I pulled up, bro. Actually, the first one that I did, the first one I went to last year that I did perform at, you know, before he went on stage, I'm like, hey, let me pray before you go on stage. So when I got there, this time he like, hey, bro, I want you to lead the prayer before you go on stage, and it's just like, you know, I fuck with that. But yeah, it don't take too much to give somebody they their flowers.
Right.
You know
And you
what
do
I'm
it
saying?
effortlessly. Like, there's no question with it.
It's genuine.
Right, it's very genuine.
Yeah.
And going to that, because I was hoping we would sit down after, but it's okay, we here now, because I really want to talk about your sold out show at the Peppermint Club. Like, you really brought everybody out. You had G Perico, you had Airplane James, you had Major, Bell,
Zoe Song.
yeah, Zoe, like everybody popped out. So take me through like how you got prepared for that, like your emotions through the night. How did that come about?
I was always scared to sell tickets to a show because it was just like, damn, what if nobody show up? Like, my people coming, like my parents invited. Like, what if I throw this show and nobody buys no tickets? Because like one of the differences between me and a lot of the LA artists right now, I don't have a song that everybody know me for. Like, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even with Read the Room being such a good project, it's one of those ones, like, it's like, if you know, you know. Like, I'm really like a if you know, you know nigga. Like, somebody might know the nigga with the glasses and the hat, but don't know Jayson Cash or can't name songs. Even people that's, you know, that's fans of me, like, you might not be able to just think of the song name because it's like, it's not the popular thing. Like, you know? With that, it was like, damn, like, even with this though, like, I'm building a different community because it's like I can still sell out a show here. Like, I can still have these people come up. These people can spend their gas money or, you know, risk being tired going to work tomorrow because they came to my show. Like,
Which we was.
you feel me? But those are the things. It's like, oh damn, you don't just have to have the song everybody know. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that put it in perspective though, like, to fuck with, like, Terrace Martin said this shit to me. He was like, man, fuck with who fuck with you. And that go deeper than just like peers and shit like that. Like, even, you know, like, even the people that, like, it feel weird even saying fans, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feel just the people that support me, like, I fuck with them. They fuck with me, I fuck with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, most of my shit so far has been like intimate shit, or whether it was a show or some shit I did at Tilt, like a pop-up. It's like, I'm gonna touch the people. Even at the Peppermint Club, it's like, it's not too many shows that you're gonna go to for artists and they're gonna come out here and fuck with you, like, after they get off stage, like, taking pictures and hanging, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, mentally, like, I just was like, in my head a lot, because I'm like, bro, I'm performing Mike, and then the beat stop and they still singing this shit, and I'm fucked up because I'm like, I ain't know these niggas know my song like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though you bought a ticket, like, I don't know that y'all know my shit like that, you know? So I'm tripping, like, because that's not a single. That's not one of my most streamed songs, but they're singing it like that, you know? So going into it was just like, I didn't know what to expect because I hadn't headlined the show.
But how did it feel once you knew that it sold out? Like, what was that feeling or moment like?
Shit. Like, damn, nigga, we cracking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you could talk your shit here with me, Jayson, because, like, you
that's
really
how I felt.
did that.
It's like, damn, like, you can't take that from me. Like, certain shit be like, damn.
And people pulled up on you, too, that didn't even perform. Like, it was niggas in the building. It was music executives, A&Rs. Like, people was really in the building, and I loved that so much.
And it was, like, so many different gangs in there. Like, when we all in here on the same accord and the same energy, it was a good feeling for sure. Like, that we able to do that through music, you know?
In my opinion, what it would take to have a good show for a rapper now, it was done. Like, even the stage performances, like, I feel like you're one of those people who have a good stage performance. You come out, you're clear.
Thank you.
You know, your breath control, like, it, like,
sound like the record.
You sound, come on, sound like the record. To me, it was 10 out of 10. So I really wanted to touch on that and congratulate you for that, because that was beautiful.
Thank you.
I bet.
I really wouldn't be doing a lot of this shit without my dad, like, because me and my brother, our first iTunes library was based off his music, like the music that he had. You know, he had Death Certificate and all these old Ice Cube CDs and Public Enemy CDs and all. Like, my dad had all that shit, you know. So, like, got a lot from that, and or just even you know, I credit my mom for having us in the church, because there's a lot of like perspective that I have from being a kid that grew up in the church that goes into my music as well, or some of the things that I say, or the way that I speak, or the way that I'm able to connect with people, you know.
So how did your relationship with the Eastie Boys come together? Out the gate, they have been your in-house producers, and over time you guys have, well, first of all, I feel like that's a lost art in itself. Like, people don't lock in with producers and grow with their producers, and you have grown with them. Like, you can hear it in the music. But how did that whole situation come about?
It's crazy, because so I had a show at the Soul venue in Carson, and when I was performing at the show, one half of the Eastie Boys, C Styles. So C Styles, his brother, said, shout out to Said, they were opening up for, we were all on a show with Audio Push. So C Styles heard me at the show. So he was already like tapped in from the show. Then I pulled up, I was at TIU with Blas, and JFK pulled up with the homie Black, and so I met JFK that day, but I had already rapped on their beat, cause like it was a song, it was like me, Blast, and Amazing, and it was on their beat, but they were called The Real before they were called the Eastie Boys, and I met them then, and they was sending me beats, and they just kept sending me beats, and then again, when I got shot, they sent me a beat while I was in the hospital. I rapped on it. When I got out the hospital, I was in the studio with them, and then that's just kind of what it was. They were sending me shit all the time, and like that project Affiliated, it was like a mix between produced by Blast and produced by the Eastie Boys, well, The Real back then, and I don't know, he just stayed tapped in.
I bet.
You do everything off the top.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Getting shot. And when my first session back in the studio, I couldn't put the headphones on, because when I got shot, I dislocated my elbow and I shattered everything around it. So when I got out, I was in a cast that was like up to past my bicep. So when I got in the booth, I was trying to put the headphones on, I couldn't get them on. And when I kind of rigged it and used my shoulder, the glass, to get the headphones up. After that, I just kind of just was like, fuck it. I couldn't even really like write it in my phone and just hold it. I just started rapping, and it just, I don't know, it just was coming natural. So what I was doing at first, I was just freestyling the whole songs and taking what made sense and, all right, keep that. All right, then I'm adding words to it. So it went from that to now, I'm literally just kind of punch. Like, I might have before I go in the booth, I might have a line, or I might have a hook idea. There's one verse on Alright Bet that I wrote though.
Which one?
Is Miss You, because Dom Kennedy recorded me.
Dom's on the board, huh?
Yeah, I can't do, bro, like how, you know, most engineers, I can be like, hey, look, like if I go work with a different engineer besides Jesus, I can tell him, hey, look, my process, this is how I record. But like with bro, I ain't even finna do that. So that verse I typed up. That's the only verse that niggas have heard from me. From All I Know to Been in My Bag to Priority to Anything on Read the Room, some more of it, any feature you heard in me. Alright, that the only verse that I typed up is Miss You.
I bet.
The relationship with Dom, we know that happened organically. You know, you grew up listening to Dom.
DJ Ed first introduced me to him outside of
really?
Roddy Ricch release party for Antisocial. And then after that, like one day, I remember where I was on Century. Like I was literally on Century on the phone with Fuzzy. And I was like, bro, you think we can get Dom on the song? And he was like, yeah, that's easy out here, Archie. And then I was in the studio with bro like 2 or 3 days later.
Oh, Fuzzy worked fast.
Yeah.
So where did the, like when you guys locked in, y'all got a few songs together, but we've only heard so many, but how did y'all get to that point of locking in and just like being in the studio to do whatever?
So with him, I made that song. I pulled up on him, I gave him the song, and I waited for the verse, and I thought he wasn't fucking with it. So I tried to send him another song. It's a song I have with Buddy, because he reacted to it when I played it for him. And he was like, no, I did it. I'm going to send it to you. So he sends me the song. And when it get time to put it out, his hard drive like crashed or something like that. So he ended up pulling up here and he re-recorded it. And when he re-recorded it, he like, yeah, we could do some other shit. And that's how Living Proof happened. And I didn't see him again for a while. And one day I was in the studio. It might have been like midnight, like literally like midnight. And this nigga called me, but I missed the call. Like my phone might have been on Do Not Disturb, but I missed the call. And I'm like, I'm telling him,
Damn.
I'm like, this nigga Don Kennedy called me.
So I call him back in.
Right. And I'm like, so I hit him. I'm like, man, my bad, bro. I was recording. He was like, no, I was just tapping in to make sure you seeing you still working. Like, man, after that, and then after that, I think one day he hit me, like, pull up on me in the studio, and I pulled up. And then after that, I just started pulling up on the nigga all the time. And it was like some day I pulled up, we was just in there. We might have got something to eat, or we might have just been, JFK was pulling up, making beats and shit. And that's like how Miss You happened. Like one day I just pulled up and we made that. Then we had another song that we made. And it was just, just being there. It was some days I was there that I didn't make a song at all. But one day, man, this shit is so crazy. I was, confused about a lot. Read the Room had came out. I didn't know next steps, what to do, whatever. So I hit this nigga and asked him, like, yo, bro, like, and I'm really like, this one I was like super prideful, don't want to ask niggas for help. But I asked him, like, man, bro, can I get some advice? Like, blah, blah. He like, yo, I'm gonna call you later. He like, I'm gonna hit you. I text this nigga that. He tell me he gonna hit me later. I get on Instagram and see RT Davis telling this nigga happy birthday. I hit this nigga on his fucking birthday, asking this nigga some advice about some rap shit.
Oh, damn.
And I hit him back like, damn, bro, I didn't even know, my bad. I told him happy birthday. He said, nah, it's good, I'm gonna hit you still. He ended up talking to me on the phone for like an hour on his birthday. After he left dinner, I guess. And that was before we was cool, like we really got cool. So he chopped it for like an hour, gave me some game, and that's when I started seeing him more. I don't talk to this nigga every day or anything like that, but it's like there are certain things that, like we tap in about, or certain shit that I fuck with. I send some shit, or I got OPM tatted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was hoping you wouldn't have all this on so you could show the people your arm, because I love that. Like, what your left side is just all stuff that has inspired you. You got Kobe there, you got The City on you, you got OPM, you got Pro Club, like quotes, Kendrick. Like, I love that.
You know why niggas don't like interviews?
Why?
Because people don't be like tapped in. Like, I know, like I've talked about certain shit about like what's on this arm or what's on this arm. Like, for you to even say that, like I respect that you really looked into it, did your homework, etc. Like, I fuck
well, see,
with
that's the thing though. For me, it's not homework, because I've literally been watching your whole journey and been with you, because I actually fuck with it. I actually listen to your music. And I did also want to touch on the fact about Dom, and this is why I asked that, because Dom does not fuck with a lot of new niggas. Like, it just is what it is. He just don't, and that's fine. But when he does, it's other real niggas. It's
funny, man, because when people see me cool with, bro, they always tell me that. They be like, man, that nigga don't be fucking with nobody. He don't.
So to me, that's like, that should let other people know what your caliber is, even if they don't know you.
I bet.
What is something that we maybe don't know about Jayson Cash yet?
I think so. A lot of people don't know my process of that. I don't write these lyrics down. A lot of people don't know how hands-on I am in the production. Like, even on like All I Know, I'm playing the lead synth. Like a lot of people don't know how talented I actually am. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not just a rapper, and not only am I not just a rapper, like, I'm not just like versed in rap music. That's why I'm able to be a songwriter, because I grew up having appreciation for all this music. A lot of people don't care about those things, but those are the reasons why I'm able to do what I've done, why I've been able to make an impact without having a song that everybody knows, or without having 500,000 monthly listeners. I can still sell out a show. Like, It's all those things. It's the talent. It's the intention. Like, I'm very, very much hands-on in that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think maybe because we haven't showed the documentation, or because we don't have that large following that people don't know or see those things. When you hear a song, you're just hearing the song, but it's very much intentional. I can tell you why I said what I said on the song. Like, I could even though I didn't write it down, I could tell you why I said that. I could tell you what that shit meant to me. I could tell you, you know what I mean? Like on saying, when I say Bishop had died and it's hurt, I see his face on my shirt. I put his picture, chain surrounded by diamonds, quit playing. Like, we had a church shirt that it was a white t-shirt. There were V-necks, and his face was like printed on the shirt. And I had them. I still had them, like, even older. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, it's double because I had a picture, a necklace with his picture in it to it. You know what I'm saying? And I always wanted to have a chain with some diamonds on it because my grandpa had a cross with diamonds on it, with, you know, with a gold Cuban and all that type of shit like that. You know, like, but it might just sound like a line to somebody, but it's like, nah, that shit means something to me.
I bet.
What is your favorite thing about being an artist and your least favorite thing about
Free
being
shit.
an artist?
Free shit.
Okay.
Give me them clothes. Give me them hats.
Excuse me, run it up.
Yeah. Give me that discount when I'm out to eat. Give me all that. Yeah.
And then least.
My least favorite shit about rap is that niggas be thinking your life is just rap. Like, I'm a real person. Yeah, my least favorite shit about rap is rap shit. Rap niggas.
Politics
like,
and shit.
Yeah, all that shit. Like, it's my least favorite shit about rap. Cause I thought it was different. It's like, when I first got into the industry, I found out fast that Santa Claus wasn't real, the Easter Bunny wasn't real. Those are things that, like, that's another thing that I fuck with about this shit. Like, the real niggas that you do meet that share the game with you and share, you know, don't just give you the A's on the report card. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've learned now that I can live through somebody else's experience. Like, it's tight, the community.
In the game. So if you ever encounter that situation, you already up.
I know who to call.
Right. How do you know when a project or a song is done, especially because you just do everything off the top? And how long do you sit with it? Are you one of those people who sit with it forever?
Not by choice.
Okay. And then maybe who are your trusted ears where it's like, okay, it's good.
I know it's done when I don't give a fuck about the ears no more, and I'm just like, hey nigga, this what I'm doing. This what the fuck I'm about to do. Like, I'm finished. I'm not just finished with the music, I'm finished with the whole process. We ain't sitting in here, nigga, having these Coach Carter meetings and all that type of shit. Fuck all that. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, nigga, I'm done. Especially because I don't write. Like, I only can go in the booth and fuck with songs that move me. That, like, the music made me want to rap. Either it made me want to rap for some Instagram content, or it made me want to rap for a song. But it's like, I'm literally, again, I don't work on raps at home. I don't write raps. I don't be thinking about that shit. Like, I come to the studio and it's like,
it's interesting that you say that though, because you're very certain about, okay, this is it. This is the song. This is done. This is what it is.
Yeah, I'm intentional.
But then it's crazy on the flip side where you're like, okay, I'm not sure about the whole, like, career.
I know I'm Jayson Cash, and I'm sure I'm Jayson Cash, but I also know that they don't be caring that I'm Jayson Cash. They don't give a fuck about how intentional I am or how much time and effort that I'm putting in to give something quality. Like, this shit is like that's even us as artists. Like, you like a FedEx package. Like, you know, if you order some shit and it'll be like, okay, the origin, and then it was arrived at sorting location, this is not. Nobody give a fuck about
the middle
all the steps it took. They just like,
just you
my
ship
shit
that
here.
bitch and is it here?
You feel me?
Okay.
So a lot of people watching, they don't care about the story of how I came up with some shit, or how 9 times out of 10, if you heard somebody singing on my song, I'm either wrote the hook with them or for them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care. They just hear what they hear until they care. And then it's like, okay. When you cracking, like when you really cracking, you can show your fucking ankle and then everybody go, oh shit.
That's true.
But when you ain't cracking, man, I could be in this motherfucker juggling, rapping, frying chicken, cooking bacon in the middle of that shit. Don't nobody give a fuck.
He ain't doing that.
Yeah, that nigga from Carson. Get that Carson ass nigga out of here. Yeah, like, you know. But the thing about it is, I put in perspective, I'm doing something a lot of niggas don't have the courage to do. Not only do you might not have the courage to do, you might not even have something that you have given your whole, like, that you even want to give your life to. Like, some people don't even have a dream. Right. There's some people that are like, damn, I wish I had a dream, or I wish I had a passion. And it don't make me no better than you because I have a dream or I have a goal, but it's like, you spectating. I'm in the game and I'm trying to shoot my shot. Right. And I said this a bunch of times, this shit like going on a job interview in front of everybody, and everybody can see when you don't get the job. If I drop a song and nobody react, y'all all seen it. If my monthly listeners go from 180,000 to 40,000, down to 20,000, down to 18,000, oh wait, it's back at like 19.1 right now. Like, y'all can see it. You can go to Spotify and see it. I can't hide that. But you can hide from me that nigga, you don't got a car. Or you can hide from me that you don't got a job. Like, cause I'm just, you know, I'm not in, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm doing this shit right in front of you so you can see when this shit not clicking. You can see, like, again, like I said, I was scared to sell tickets to a show because I didn't know somebody was gonna show up. I can't hide that. Cause the people that did show up gonna see that, hey, damn, nobody here. You go to a party and it's not cracking, he can get on it, a nigga can get on the internet and be like, it was cracking, but we was there, nigga, we know. It wasn't like that. So I think that it takes a certain type of confidence, it takes a certain type of character, it takes a certain type of person to be willing to do that shit in front of everybody. You know, like, fuck it, nigga, I'm Jayson Cash. Like, it is what it is. Like, when it go down, you can't take the fact from me that I've been in Dr. Drake's crib and wrote a song with him in the DLC. Like, you can't tell me, nigga, I sat on the phone with Snoop. Snoop seen me and called me Carson. Like, he told me to keep this Carson shit going. You can't take that from me. My favorite rapper, Sugar Free. I did a song with him before I had a deal. And he called me his clone. You feel me? You can't take that from me. Nigga, I was standing on the stage when they gave Kendrick the torch to the West Coast. You can't take it from me. Schoolboy Q, I was one of his first fans. He pulled me out the crowd and I performed Situation. Can't take that from me. You feel me? And I hold on to the shit that you can't take, because my goal, like my dream as a kid, was to sign a record deal. And I did it. Regardless what the fuck happened with the record deal, with the label, I did what I wanted to do when I was a kid. I said I started rapping because Lil Bow Wow, I see Lil Bow Wow, and he said, oh shit, you the nigga.
You right. I loved that video.
You feel me? Like, you can't take that from me. But I got so much shit that niggas can't take from me. But even with that, like, I got so much shit that I'm willing to give y'all. So you don't gotta take nothing from me.
Right.
Because I'm giving you me. I'm giving you my story. I'm giving you hope. I'm giving you the understanding of you can literally go from nothing to something. It's on to you what something is. Like, you can be successful. You can make some money. You can make your people proud. You can make yourself proud. You can do a bunch of shit. You ain't gotta take nothing from me. Because, like, I'm giving it to you. Like, I'm gonna give you your flowers. I'm gonna give you your credit. I'm gonna tell you, just as much as I'm that nigga, I'm gonna tell you that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, like, Sham that nigga, he did the Set Gala. He that nigga for that. You feel me? Yeah. Nobody, I don't gotta, like, hide that.
Right.
Like, I look at that and I'm inspired. I admire that. Somebody like, fuck it, I'm gonna do something. I looked at him on the gram today, like, packaging up the t-shirts that he designed and shipping them out himself. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, those things move me. You feel me? Like,
the real shit.
Yeah, the real shit. Yeah, like, you can't take Like, look at the Juneteenth shit. Look at 6 Sev, like, what he's done. Like, you can't take that from him. Channing with fully loaded clothing, open up a storefront. You can't take that shit from him. The homie T-Reg, I seen him and the homie Dane. They just started that car wash shit, and I remember just having a conversation like, we about to start this, and they did it. Went and bought the truck, and then got it ready. I'm about to pull up on bro, get my car washed tomorrow, and it's like, can't take that shit from, like, bro, y'all the nigga for that.
Yeah.
Like, I fuck with that. Niggas said they wanted to go do some shit and did it. Like, I fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? So, all I'm doing is just my part. Like, shit, I don't know how to, it's not a lot of things I'm good at. This is what I'm good at. So, I'm going to do what I'm good at. And hopefully that inspires somebody else to go do what they good at. I ain't doing this shit to shit on y'all. You might hear me rapping and pop it, but it's like, literally, bro, like.
So you could do it too.
Bro, you could do this shit too, man.
And speaking of that and betting on yourself, let's get into All Right Bet.
I bet.
Off top, we kind of touched on that a little bit. I loved Carter on there. True. So these are my notes.
Okay.
I have off top Carter, which I love. Truth, Proof. I feel like you put your progression on wax, like officially on this one. And it sounds like even in the opening track, like you're ascending, like to the next level, and you're setting the tone because you have the like, you know, like I pay attention to stuff like that, but it just sets the tone to go into everything else.
What I will say, it's not, it's ascending to the next level, but it's not, it don't have shit to do with music. It's just as a person. Because I'm telling you all the shit I can be bitter about, but instead it's like, alright.
It's lit. I need a video. I need a video so that it's lit.
That wasn't on the list, but you know, we can make that.
I mean, a party. Of course, Ice Cold, you and Major, you guys don't miss. You guys had a pocket, but now like y'all really in pocket.
I think Ice Cold is the best song of me and Major. I think it's one of my best written songs out of any song that I've ever.
I agree. I actually wrote writer in parentheses on there too, because that pen is crazy on that one. Can't Get Enough. That you and Mozzie collab is something that I never knew I needed in my life, and I absolutely want more.
That song means a lot to me, and it shows how much things come around, because like the first line on his verse, like he mentions is lean, and his first line is never bought a line of that yellow shit, and I'm mentioning my homeboy Frontline that passed away. Yeah, but that was really like a good dude. I took You Funky Bitch from Frontline because when he used to record and he'll fuck up, he'll beat on the wall, you funky bitch, like, right? And so I started, of course, like, I came up watching the old shit too, so I'm familiar, but I started saying it, I was rapping a song and I said you funky bitch on it, and it was so much far removed from first hearing bro say it, but it stuck. And one day I'm like, I was playing, this was during the pandemic, I'm playing 2K with him, and I'm like, dog, like, I'm like, bro, I took your whole shit. But just, none of the songs is out, but I'm saying it. And bro, like, nigga, say that shit. Like, on my verse, I'm giving homage to bro. And I'm mentioning him, and bro was, I've sipped lean like twice in my life, right? Maybe the first time I ever sipped lean, I was sick. And it was prescribed to me. So, I took it, but I poured it up. Just, you know, it was prescribed, so I took the second
was it
time.
Yellow or the purple?
I don't even remember.
Oh,
yeah. Nah, it was yellow. Let me not lie. The second time I sipped lean, I was sick as well. And I bought a line of lean from Frontline. And me and another artist, we split the Sprite. And we sipped the lean together in Frontline. When he poured it up for us, and he said, he said, I want to thank the drink gods for making this possible. when he poured it up. And so for me to mention bro on the song, and Mozzie to come on the record even mentioning lean, it was just like, damn, like, you know, like just it fucked me up, you know, cause bro, death really fucked me up, you know, like that shit hurt, you know. Some days I think about it, cause he was literally like, fuck, like when I say a good dude, like Frontline was really a good nigga.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Frontline.
Yes. Just Me with Eric.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed that from y'all too. That was some shit.
That's probably my favorite joint.
I have extra stars next to that one because that was really one of my favorites.
You know what's crazy? I pulled up on Eric Bellinger. I had a whole different song. It was like some slow shit that I wanted him on. And I played it. I'm like, I know he gonna fuck with this. Cause that specific beat, I had just met Ty Dolla $ign at Station. And he was like, yeah, we could do some shit. I was saving that beat for him. And I got in the studio with Eric and played him the other shit. He was like, yeah, like play some other shit. I played that and he just started singing. I'm like, well,
that's the one.
We find some other shit for the Ty record. But yep, that's how that shit came about. Like we all wrote the hook together. And it was tight because like, you know, like Eric is really like a songwriter. I'm like, he's writing the shit down and like we in the room and I'm like, fuck. And then I recorded the booth. I remember you had to take your shoes off to go in there. And I was thinking, I'm glad I had some fresh socks on that day, like, you know. But yup, I recorded that shit there and I had that record for a while and I had to perform at this mental health festival that was like by the Crenshaw Mall, and I seen Eric when I was working on. I was scared to ask him. Like he mentioned it a few times. He mentioned the song like, we got a joint. But I was scared to ask him, just like I was scared to ask Mozzie, like, can I put the record? I had these records, but they weren't on the track list for Alright Bet. Even the Dom record, it wasn't on the track list for Alright Bet because I didn't want to ask these people, can I use it? Because I knew I was doing something myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I seen Eric. He got off the whip and I'm like, bro, I said, what's up? I'm like, hey, dog, look, this like a week before, a couple weeks before my birthday. My birthday is June 3rd. And I'm like, yo, like the record we did, like, man, I'm trying to drop this little EP on my birthday. Like, is it cool if I put it out? I don't need primary artists or nothing. I just need to put featuring you. Like, is that cool? He was like, yeah, put it out. It's good. I'm like, for real? Like, yeah. Shit. I ain't say nothing else to the nigga. I ain't taking pictures.
That's it.
So it was funny when the song came out. He hit me. He was like, shout out to Eric. Eric is really a good
And he's
dude.
one of those
like,
people too that
like,
put on and show love.
Like my show at the Roxy, he just pulled up and he performed. And, but he was like, yo, did we take a picture that day? And I'm like, nah, like nigga. After you told me I could use the song, nigga, I was out the way. I wasn't asking for shit else. I didn't need no picture. I didn't need no nothing.
That's what mattered.
Yeah, but he hit me. He was like, man, I listened to the project. Man, like, it's good, top to bottom. Like, I fuck with it. And, you know, that shit was, yeah, fuck with that record.
And that's real respect, too, because like you say, he's one of those writers. He's been in the game a long time.
Yeah.
He's given a lot of people opportunities and platforms, which I love, too. So that's why I also love the record. Not, it was just a good record, because it was a good record, but seeing that camaraderie of y'all, too.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get another one, because I like y'all cook up. Nobody. That's another star.
Nah.
Because the way that you slid on it, I mean, I already love a sample, but the way you slid and change up your cadence and come in and come back, I was just like, wait.
And I made that shit just for some Instagram content.
Did you?
Shit, that's why there is a project. So on Read the Room is Read the Room because I made Selfish.
Okay.
So when I made Selfish, that's what made me make Read the Room. Like, that's how the project came together after. There were songs that I had before Selfish, but like that's the song that made me like, oh, I know what I'm doing.
This is the trajectory.
Then I had the title, boom, alright, there's Read the Room. Like,
Okay.
yeah. And so with Alright Bet, it was Nobody. Like I told JFK, I'm like, hey look, I was riding around, cause you can't, the SOS band song, it's not on Apple Music.
Right.
I listen to that on SoundCloud. So that's a song I'll be driving to, nigga be throwing up gang songs, flying, feeling like a nigga. You know what I mean? But I told JFK, like, we gotta sample this shit. And he sampled, and when he did it, I'm like, no, nigga, you took the drums out. Like, nah, nigga, that's the put that back in. That's the shit.
That's the shit.
You feel me? I'm like,
That's
just
the
east side that
sauce.
motherfucker. That's when he be like, you know, doing the synth line. I'm like, just east side that motherfucker. Put the drums back in. And I rapped it, and I told the homies, I'm like, hey, I'm about to get a Jerry curl wig. I'm about to film this shit in the yard like Tookie Williams, nigga, lifting weights and shit. That was the plot. But it didn't happen like that. I went to go buy a Jerry curl wig, but it didn't look like that. Like, that's really like, yeah, that's really here. Yeah.
And then of course, all right, bet. Probably like my top 3 or 4 because like you closing it out, you like you putting it all on the line. But that last 45 seconds. Because I think that was what I.
Last 45.
Oh damn! Because I quoted. That's what I quoted on Twitter.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
oh, this nigga talking. But I say that to say because you don't write it down, and I just came from you. Because you were like, nigga, I went up the elevator. I was out of breath, nigga. Just all that.
Couldn't get a glass of water.
I'm like,
bet. Niggas drag my name through the mud, but I stayed clean though. Would never put that shit on my card if I was playing bingo.
Yes. So how did that feel when you came out the booth? Like, did that even feel like anything? Am I reading the room too much? I don't know.
Nah, I mean like, because I do them all that way. So I feel it all. Like, pause. They all happen that way. So it's like, all right, bet was originally the intro.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Crystal the DJ because she brought me to Coca-Cola Studios, and the song that became the intro, I recorded at the Coca-Cola studio, and I'm like, that was the last shit we did. When I was laying that shit, I'm like, we all in the room, like, oh, this nigga, like, you feel me? And I was like, okay, that feel more like the intro. So I moved that record to the outro. But, yeah, I think, I don't know, like, when I rap, all these songs, I'll just be saying what I be feeling in the moment. That's how I'm able to see the next line. Like when I'm in that pocket or when I'm freestyling or whatever the case, like it's like my brain slowed down. I can see the next line coming. Anybody that seen me record a song will tell you like, Cash do this shit like that. The first time I worked with Mustard, until I started rapping about shit that was going on in the room, he thought I went in the booth with like premeditated lyrics and shit like that. Like he thought that. Like he told me. And then like the more and more I was in the studio, he's really saying like, damn. Like even like with the Pray For Me record, he was calling me like, hey bro, we need to switch this line to some shit, and it's like we on the phone and I'm switching the line, or we coming up with some shit. Like Major will tell you like, we've been in there, this nigga might have laid melodies and I'm like, I'm piecing the verse together, just I can hear the words and just him, laying the melody. Like I don't know, like God bless me with a very, very sharp mind, because some days I'll be feeling like, I feel insecure about that sometimes, that I'm not good at a lot of other things, but what I'm good at, I'm very good at. And I'm very good at rapping because I'm a really, 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 really good thinker. Problem is like I get distracted because I think too much.
I bet.
What's your overall favorite Jayson Cash?
Been in my bag.
And why?
Shit, that's like one of my favorite beats I've ever rapped on. Damn, Ice Cold come after Been in My Bag. But Ice Cold is a better written song for me. But Been in My Bag, like that motherfucker bang. Like I would say Been in My Bag, All I Know. I really, really like Ice Cold. I have a song that never came out with Wiz Khalifa. That I did right before. Yeah, that shit is like one of my. Yeah, Wiz like slid on you. And I was supposed to do a Gangsta Girls mixtape, and we got asked him, can we put music on there?
I
He was like, yeah.
Love if you did a Gangsta Girls mixtape.
That's it.
That would be hard.
That was supposed to happen like after Read the Room.
I bet.
Let's talk about real quick because you got a show coming up. DJ Quick and Friends, Party in My Living Room, Pro Club.
Yep.
How are you getting prepared for that?
I haven't even started yet.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what I'm
No
performing
set
at.
list. Okay.
Nah,
That's what I was.
I don't know yet.
Do you think it's good? We're gonna get some room tracks off of All Right Bet though, right?
My DJ asked me that the other day, and I'm like, I don't know.
Why? So I know you're gonna do All I Know because you said you always
Yeah,
gonna do that one. That's it.
That's my business card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm for sure doing All I Know. I
Okay.
know that for sure. I know I'm for sure doing Nobody.
Okay.
I probably will also be doing another one of my favorites off Alright Bet, Hit My Phone with Nico G4.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Maybe probably be doing that one. I don't know. But I know for sure you always gonna hear me perform All I Know. You're always gonna hear me perform Mike. Those two records. I think those two records are perfectly with the crowd. What's crazy is if you go back to Read the Room with the homies, when I made with the homies, that was a song I was like, man, I wish I could get DJ Quick on that record. So it's dope. Me and Quick talked a few times about working. We just haven't done it yet. But it's dope to do a show with Quick. Like when I was in 8th grade, I went to school with Quick's daughter, and she was like on the dance team, and I was in the band. I was playing the snare, and he came to one of the shits. So I'm in 8th grade. Nigga had the red Corvette outside. Damn, nigga, DJ Quick here. You know, so when I like met him at my adult age, like I was able to tell him that story, and as well as thanking him for giving me Sugar Free and giving me my favorite hip hop album ever, which is Street Gospel by Sugar Free. So now I'm on a list with him for a show.
I bet.
Before we go, I'm gonna get in your business a little bit, cause you don't tweet a lot, but when you tweet,
Oh, shit.
you be saying some shit. The smile on my daughter's face mean more to me than any of this shit. Has Carter heard the project? Have you ever seen her go up to any of your music? Like, how does she encourage you? Has she ever had any input?
So Carter only wants to hear Not Like Us right now. She says to me, Daddy, are you my friend?
I realized that. Oh.
I heard my daughter say, "Oh, V-ho," like on the real, and she says, Psst. I see dead people. I'm like, oh my fucking god. But after that, she said, "Ice cold,"
Yeah, right.
and I said,
That's right.
"There you go." Finally.
I love that.
But that's the only record of mine I've ever heard her name.
Okay.
Ice cold.
I always knew exactly who I was, but now I also know who I'm not, and I thank God for that. Tell us where you were in that headspace, or kind of like what was going on when you tweeted that.
Man, Marcus Black, shout out to Marcus Black. One day he called me and he said, man, you know, you either backed by the light or by darkness. And what you stand on, like, you already disqualified from being backed by darkness. So with that light, certain things that other niggas can do, you can't. Like, you know, it's just not in line with that. And it was really like on time and profound when he had that. It was like such an in-depth conversation, and I realized like some shit that God just not gonna allow me to do. It's not in line with my color. Mind you, I done did a bunch of bullshit just as a person, you know. But some of this shit, like, I can't just do what this person tell me to do. Go left, go right. Like, I can't. It won't even yield the same results. Like, I'm not that. Even in my personal life, like certain things that I've done or certain choices that I'm not that. Like, I can't do that. Like,
You have a code,
yeah.
and you stick to it.
I'm trying to stick to it more now. Like, cause what's the point of having one if you're not gonna always stand on it? So every time I contradict with my own, like, punishment is like crazy. You feel me? Like God has, man, as much as God has blessed me, like he's like literally humbled me because it gave me perspective that I'm able to share. But yeah, that was literally like me coming to terms with like, damn, like this ain't that. Like, I fuck with that. I fuck with that because you're literally talking to me. Like I feel like shit should feel like a conversation. You're talking to me about things that actually that I care about. You feel me?
Did we get our uncle's teeth fixed?
I'll tell you a story about my uncle.
And he's so happy too.
My Uncle John, I love you, but like I said, church, that's the sneaking deacon.
Oh.
That's a nigga that steal your shit.
Damn, Uncle John.
Shit. Love Uncle John. But that's the sneaking deacon. Like, I didn't see that nigga steal. Man, it was one year for his birthday, because my uncle, man, that nigga been shot like 9 times. He got one eye, like, that nigga, but shit, he still know how to steal good, man. Like, banned from Crown Drugs in Carson. He just stole the keys to the carts at the Target. Man, 1 year on his birthday, like, I was putting money together because he like burritos. He love Mexican food, or like he would say, burritos. That's what he called them, burritos. So they was trying to get John some burritos, and this nigga stole the money.
No, that was for him. What? Damn, Uncle John, damn.
So I'm watching this nigga from the bathroom window upstairs, and I see him by the trash can outside, drop the money out and pick it. Hey!
Oh my God. No.
No.
But I can't sit here and talk about John stealing and not tell John. My uncle, OG Baby T, Fire Trade Avalon, Eastside Legend. This nigga, one of the niggas at the food, at the halfway house was fucking with my grandpa. And they was tripping on my grandpa about something. And the OG Baby T came out of Uncle John. And Bishop was like, don't do nothing, John, don't do nothing. John like, I ain't gonna hit him, Bishop. He turned, like, my, it was a big ass nigga. John turned around, boom! Slapped the nigga for fucking with my grandpa. So that's a nigga, like, as much he might steal your shit or whatever.
He gonna ride for you.
He was, man, if I took John somewhere with me right now and was like, hey, that nigga right there,
he owe me $5.
he whooping shit down. Yeah, shout out to mom.
Shout out to Uncle John.
I bet.
What's next for Jayson Cash?
What's next is just more music, more shows, more things community based. I'm gonna be doing a lot of things. I'm just, again, going back, fucking with who fuck with me. So I'm going out and touching the people. Like, I feel like, you ever seen the movie, what is it, Head of State?
With Chris Rock?
Yeah. I feel like when him and like Bernie Mac was like on that campaign and like really was just like, when Bernie told him like, bro, you gotta touch the people, and really took him to the shit, like, I feel like that's what I'm on right now, like, just touching the people, like, building my community. My community might not look like somebody else's, like, so I'm getting out and fucking with the people that, you know, fuck with me.
I bet.
Do you feel like Bishop is proud of you?
I wrote a song called Pray For Me on an album called Faith of a Mustard Seed. How could my grandfather, who gave his life to preaching and telling me all my life to not let bad news shake my faith, or how could he not be proud?
You gonna leave it there? He proud.
I'm proud of
I'm
him.
proud of you. He proud of you. We
Like,
proud of you.
I'm for real proud of myself. I've had every reason to quit. Like, every reason. I've had days where I said I was done with this shit. You feel me? But I keep showing up. And every time I show up, like, I got more on me. Like, even when I lose the fight, like, I come back, like, okay, now, all right, I got dropped that time, but, you feel me, like, now I can take a punch better. Like, okay, now I know how to duck. Like, I know how to, you feel me? Like, I'm proud as fuck of myself. Like, for real. So it's like even right now, like, to even ask me that, it feel good to know, like I know, like, for sure, like, for sure. Like, I know my grandfather's proud of me. I'm so thankful that I've had the adversity that I've had, and I've had the road that I've had to be able to even feel the things that I felt. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be able to actually, like, live. Like, it's a lot of niggas just existing. And for a long time I was just existing. Like, I'm living right now. Like, I'm doing, going back to what I said, like, you can't take this shit from me. Like, you can't take that from me, bro. Y'all never heard Mustard rap. The first time you heard it, like, he could have did this shit with anybody. Did that shit with me.
Yeah, I love that people were giving you your flowers. People are showing up for you.
Shit, he gave me mine too.
Yeah, he did.
And then on top
but
of that,
it wasn't just him.
Yeah.
Is what I love.
But then on top of that, it's like, people show up for you, but you gotta show up for yourself. And I'm proud of myself that I'm showing up for myself. Like, I'm proud of myself for that. I'm really proud of myself for showing up for myself, even when it's hard to, you know. And if it's anything, like, I leave niggas with, it's just like, bro, like, you have to do that, or just get out the way. Or just stop. Like, just give up. Like, nigga, if you're not gonna really do this shit, like, I had a dream, like, my grandfather told me, like, if you gonna do it, really do it. And I grew up in where rap was devil music. Like how people talk about watching porn with and having something, a cartoon on last. Like, that's how I had to watch BET at my grandparents' house. Like, hitting last when my grandma came in there, like, because we wasn't supposed to be listening.
Is crazy, because I remember that.
And we didn't have cable at home. Cable was at grandma's house, so to watch 106 Park and shit like that, it was like that. So to be able to know that I've done things that would make them proud through music that wasn't even really in agreement with them, like, you know, like, to still give reverence to God, like, in the process. It's like, you know, like, I ain't perfect, you feel me? Like, I might be living outside the will of God, and I might be making secular music, etc., but still, like, giving reverence in my way. Like,
but that's also how you touch the people, is even though it's secular, if you're meeting people where they're at, but still making sure that they get the gospel and the soul.
Yeah, I'm just giving my testimony. Like, when you go listen to the song, that's all that is.
Thank you for sitting here with me this long and everything that you've given. I'm proud of you. The city's proud of you. We're going to show up for you. We're going to ride for you like Uncle John, all that.
Just don't steal my shit.
Just don't steal the shit. But I definitely wanted to give you your flowers and thank you for not giving up. Thank you for being resilient. Artists like you make me really love what I do. And I can't wait to see in the next couple of years when we sit down again what we're going to be talking about then, because I know you got more big shit on the way. Be blessed.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
That's a wrap.
I bet. Black on black, my whip and tint my window. Smoke my weed, this shit could be so simple. You know me, I'm still gonna run my wiggle. I've been by my dough since I was little. Black on black, my whip and tint my window. Smoke my weed, this shit could be so simple. You know me, I'm still gonna run my wiggle. I've been by my dough since I was little.